Sir,
Hello.
can you roll your window down for me, please?
I'm quite happy where it is.
Could you please roll your window down? I have a hard time hearing you because of the streetcars.
I'm quite happy where it is. Can I ask, is that an order or are you asking me
Yes,
as an order?
I'm asking you to roll the window down.
I'm quite happy how the window is, sir.
Sure, no problem.
Can I have your name and badge number, please?
Ivanov 11439.
Sorry?
Ivanov 11439.
Ivanov? Okay, Ivanov 14439?
No, 11439.
11439. Okay?
Okay, the reason why I stopped you is because you disobeyed a sign.
Okay.
Can I see your driver's license, please?
You may not. I do not answer questions.
I demand that you give me your driver's license.
You demand?
Yes.
Okay, am I under arrest?
No.
No? So, if I'm not under arrest, am I free to go? So Officer Ivanov has stopped me at 227.
I'm going to demand that you provide
You're going to demand?
to surrender your driver's license, ownership, and insurance.
Okay.
Yes.
Sir, what crime has been committed?
I told you. I demand that you provide your ownership, insurance,
Sir,
and your driver's license.
Sir, can you please tell me what probable cause you have for stopping me? Has a crime been committed? Is it emergency? As an emergency, is there assistance that you require?
I have already told you I stopped before, and you have to identify yourself. If you don't identify yourself,
I identify myself. My name is Tim Couples.
you need to surrender your driver's license.
I do not need to surrender my driving license, sir. I do not answer questions.
Sure. Did you say what was your name again?
My name is Tim.
Tim.
Yes,
Tim.
that is correct. I gave you my name. Legally, I do not have to provide you with with my license.
Okay. And what is your last name?
Sorry?
What is your last
I
name?
do not answer questions.
Okay. And what is your last name?
I do not answer questions.
I need you to provide me your last name.
I do not answer questions, sir. Can I ask, am I under arrest?
No, you're not.
For what probable cause are you stopping
What is your
me?
last name, sir?
What probable cause are you stopping me?
What is your last name?
I do not answer questions.
So at this point, you're not free to go. So could you please turn your car off?
Can you ask me why?
Because I don't want you to take off.
I will not take off.
I'm sorry?
I will not take off.
Sure.
Okay?
So
I will put my car in park, but can I ask, is this a demand or a request?
right now I'm asking you.
Okay? Well, I'm quite happy how it is.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you for one last time to identify yourself. You said your first name is Tim.
Yes, that's correct.
You have to identify yourself. So what is your last name?
Sir, I do not answer questions.
What is your address?
Sir, that is none of your concern. I do not answer
I
questions.
need you to understand, if you don't surrender your driver's license, ownership, and insurance, and if you don't identify yourself,
I have identified myself, sir. I've given you my name. My name is Tim Couples. Can I ask, what crime has been committed?
Spell me your last name.
What crime has been committed?
Spell
I
me
do
your
not
last
answer
name.
questions.
Could you just open your window just a little more?
Sir, my window is fine.
No, I can't hear you, that's all.
Okay. Is that an order?
What's that? We're not ordering you, we're just asking.
Okay, but
This officer
sir,
is obviously...
I'm very comfortable how it is. I think I'm speaking loud enough for you to hear me. So, thank you.
Okay, if you could speak up then. If you
Sure,
don't-
no problem.
Okay.
Of
You
course.
shut the vehicle off?
Yeah, I'll
reason
at least
I'm asking you to-
it's in park.
I'm asking you to shut it off is I want to let these streetcars go by.
Sure, of course.
Right? I'm blocking them here.
I understand,
I
sir.
can't leave my vehicle moving until I'm sure that you're not going to drive off.
I understand, sir.
So have you shut the vehicle off?
The vehicle is off, sir.
Okay. Can you do me a favor? Put the keys on the passenger seat, and then I'll move my car, and then
Can
we
I,
can have a conversation.
can I ask for what probable cause I'm being
It's
stopped?
not probable cause. I'm asking you to do me a
Okay.
favor right now because I want to be sure that you're not
Okay.
going to drive off, so I can let these
Sir,
people
okay,
go.
I understand, but you can see my registration. I'm of no threat to yourself.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
You're being cooperative. Okay. All right. I'm going to move the car.
Yeah.
All right. And then we'll come back.
Of course. Can I ask, why have you stopped me?
I told you.
Can you repeat, please?
No.
You cannot. You cannot repeat to me. So what probable cause do you have for stopping me, officer? I'm asking you a question, sir. The officer Ivanov is now refusing to answer any of my questions. Sir, can I ask if this... He's now walking to the front of the car. Can I ask, is your body camera, is it fully functional?
Check if he's the registered owner of the vehicle and he can establish his identity.
I haven't done that yet.
Okay, I'll stay with him, and if you can run the plate, do the MTO, see if we get a photo of him. If we're satisfied with ID, then we'll go there.
Yep. Give me a second.
Okay.
Aye, sir.
Thank you. I didn't hear why he pulled you over, so.
I asked him to repeat himself. I asked him 3 times as he was stood there, and he went silent and he refused to answer my question, sir.
So you don't know why you've been pulled over yet?
I didn't hear the first time, and then I just asked, I repeated there.
I'm assuming here it's because of the right-of-way. The city has implemented a right-of-way for streetcars, and so whenever you come on King, you can't proceed through the next intersection, and you have to turn off. It's to sort of limit the amount of traffic that they have on King Street. So I'm assuming that's why, but I'll wait for him to come back.
Sure.
Look, I can see what you're doing. I entirely
Sir, I'm just trying to follow my rights. That's all, sir.
No, but what you're doing, you know, generally speaking, when we pull someone over, they provide their driver's license, insurance, and registration. When somebody doesn't want to do that, they're usually asserting an old, you know, for lack of a better term, you know, inalienable right. That's for freemen of the land or the Moors, however you want to, you know, whatever sort of doctrine you want to follow when it comes to that. So that's fine. If you're doing that, just let us know, and that way he can do his investigation for whatever reason it is, and that's it. So he asked, you're technically required to identify yourself under the Highway Traffic Act.
Sir, I have identified myself. I gave him my name.
You gave him your name?
I gave him my name.
Right. And are you, he told you you're being recorded on camera?
I asked him.
What's that?
I don't answer questions, sir. However, I did ask him there. I want to make sure that his body cam and your body cam, I want to ask if they are fully functional and recording everything. Okay, okay, because I'm doing the same, you know, for my own protection as well.
Fine. So under the Highway Traffic Act, you're required to identify. You don't want to. So it'll be up to him how he wants to proceed in terms of, is it for the right of way?
Yeah, it's for disobeying sign.
Okay.
Yes.
So, yeah, I would say that's him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Okay.
are you going to be issuing him a provincial offenses notice, or?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you okay with that? He's satisfied with the.
I do not answer questions. I do not understand. I asked what the emergency was when you stopped me, and I asked what crime has been committed.
Okay. Thanks.
Are you able to answer those questions? Sir, he did not answer my question whether or not a crime has been committed. There has been no injury to person. There's been no loss.
No, look. I think we can both agree. You seem like a smart guy. That this type of stop is outside the norms of a typical vehicle stop. Most time when we stop people, it's generally, you know, a level of cooperation that's a little bit
So
more.
yeah,
So-
I'm cooperating. I have
No,
asked.
you are, but when someone's asked for an identification, they provide it. People understand the rules that we've kind of generally all agreed to. You may not.
I get you, sir, but at the same time, people are not aware of their rights. I was not even told any rights I have by this officer who has approached me.
Fair. Yeah, that's fair. Listen, generally speaking, we don't provide rights to counsel on a vehicle stop. Okay, you know, if you feel like you're being detained and you want us to provide the rights to counsel and all that,
Yeah.
you know, if
I
you
have
feel like
asked.
you need to have a call a lawyer, that's fine. But just going back to your first question. When an officer feels that somebody is sort of being resistant to it, there's always a potential that they could flee or get angry and aggressive. So he's alone. He's just asked for another unit.
Yes,
to
sir.
come
I
in.
understand
That's all
that.
it is, right? He
I
doesn't
understand.
know you. It's just
A little
precaution.
more experience. I get it as well.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you know, he's satisfied with the identity now, and so he'll either decide to give you a caution or a ticket, whatever it is, and go with that.
Yes,
okay?
sir. So
Other than that, you know,
sure.
do you feel like you need your rights to counsel read to you, or are you okay?
Apparently not. I did ask if I'm under arrest or being detained.
No, we haven't arrested you.
I also asked if
it's
I.
always a detention when you stop.
I also asked if I'm not being detained, am I free to go? And I was not given a proper response.
So you are being stopped, which is technically a detention. And like I said, generally speaking, rights to counsel are not provided for a routine provincial vehicle stop. But I understand why you ask. And if you feel strongly that you should be read your rights to counsel because it is a charter thing, we can do that. And if you want to feel like you're making a phone call, but like I said, generally speaking, with traffic stops, they happen very frequently.
Yeah,
rights
I
to counsel
understand.
aren't asserted, and they're given you're given your ticket, and off you go, and you follow the directions on the back if you want to, dispute the charge, etc. Right? So. Look, I'm just trying to be reasonable with you.
You are, sir. Sorry, what's your name? Boris Bohm?
Yeah, Boris is my last name.
Boris Bohm. Okay, what's your badge number, sir? 7603.
14 division.
Okay, but thank you very much for being for understanding.
Yeah, no worries. Look, you seem calm and like he's just calling for a little extra support.
Honestly, Officer Boris Bohm, when I spoke to him the way I did, he became very demanding. I think it's due to the not experiencing this situation before, and I understand his willingness to step back and to want to obviously give yourself a call. But I've been completely cooperating. I asked him questions, but I also did not receive answers from any questions where I asked.
Yeah, he
and he went silent on me.
Somebody to come, so he's a good kid. I know him, so he means well, and
I'm sure this is going to be a learning experience for him after this as well.
Yeah, every encounter should be, right. You take something away from it, right? So.
I'm in construction. Every day is a school day. We've all got to learn.
Yeah, I used to do that. I always tell the young officers, I don't want to hear any complaints from you, because my worst day in policing is still 1,000 times better than my best day in construction.
Well, even if you come, I tell the people, any complaints, and even if you do, who's going to listen, right?
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, he shouldn't be too long, and we'll have you on your way, and that'll be that. So, is there any other questions or anything you want to know, or?
I'm okay just now.
Okay, perfect, excellent. All right.
Thank you.
It takes a few minutes usually for him to decide what he's going to do. Assuming he's going to, I think he's an enforcement car, so he'll probably be giving you a ticket for that, which isn't always pleasant, but it's. Were you told why you were stopped?
No.
You never. I'll go find out for you, just so you know why you're here. Okay. I'll be right back.
I did ask. I asked a couple of times, and he didn't clarify the answer. I think he'd already spoken to you, and then that's when he went silent. Obviously, took a step back and allowed you to deal with the situation. So.
Okay, I'm just gonna go ask him now. Make sure, because you should know that. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I should.
Thanks. Yeah, it's exactly what he said. Is for the proceed contrary to sign. So,
Okay.
I don't know if you've been down in this area before, but they've made it quite difficult for a lot of people because when you could come on to King, but then if you look, I don't know if you can see, you can see up ahead there. So at Bathurst, you can't proceed straight, and you can't make a left turn. So Portland right there. So it's forcing you to make a right turn,
Yeah.
which heads you up to Wellington, Adelaide, then Richmond, and then you got to kind of keep making circles to get to where you want to go. So, yeah. Couldn't ask for a nicer day, eh?
No, certainly could not. It's going to be like this all week.
What's that?
It's going to be like this all week.
I'm not one for the warm weather. I prefer cold weather, but this is kind of at the upper margin for me.
Yeah.
I'll take it. I need the vitamin D anyways.
There you go. Don't we all? Natural as well. Natural.
that?
We all need the natural vitamin D.
That's right.
Yeah,
the
that's
best
for
thing,
sure.
right? Yeah.
– 16 minutes.
Ooh. Cut it pretty close in front of the street.
The one that got away. So you seem like a well-rounded officer. How long have you been in for?
24 years now.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. Did you serve before?
Serve?
Yeah.
No. But my dad's an army guy, so he's Dutch. And
Yeah.
So my house has always been a little bit like that. But no, I've always enjoyed the job, and I find the right temperament and tone has always served me very well, and over the years, and
For sure.
I've had a good time, and
You almost said that in the past tense. I've had a good time.
I'm getting near the end. Like I can probably retire in 4 to 5 years.
Yeah.
And I've got maybe one more spot left in me where I'll put some
Yeah.
maximum effort in into some type of whatever the next spot is for me. It's probably going to be something investigative, but and then I'm gonna move on to the next phase in my life. I don't want anything to do with policing when I'm done. I want to switch, maybe go back into something like construction where I'm working with my hands, or I don't want to investigate anything. I don't want to secure anything.
I understand. I served in the British military for 12 years.
Did you?
So I wanted something completely different, and then
I've been over a bunch of times. I worked in at what was it called at the time? The wharf. I was doing construction there.
Canary Wharf down in London.
Yeah, I was like right near. I lived in Finsbury Park. I had a wonderful time there. I've been back a few times, and I appreciate what you do, though. Thank you.
It's okay. Same to yourself. I mean, you guys have got a tough job and that, but especially after the last few years, I was there right beside. I was, out trying to support and back the blue. I put my time and effort in for what a lot of your brothers have gone through and sacrificed, and it's
the last 3 years have been very strange. I'll say that.
And there's not just division between families, but division amongst brothers and these things in the military and the police force.
When we're done with this, give me a minute and I'll have a chat with you when I can turn this off.
Okay.
If you understand, and it'll be completely
for sure.
Just so
for sure.
You can shed a little light on who I am and why I understand what you're saying. Reading between the lines. So,
I hear you.
how long you been here?
5 years, 5.5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll answer that question. That's okay.
Yeah, no, that's okay. We're just chatting. Listen, this is just a traffic stop, and
but still, I understand in the sense that, but There was no crime committed. There was no.
Sorry?
It says there was no crime committed. So this, I'm still not aware whether or not I'm going to be proceeding with getting a caution or if anything is happening. It's now 20 minutes in.
Yeah,
I've been here.
It just takes a little bit longer. They're usually pretty quick with traffic enforcement. I will say that the computers make it a little bit slower. We used to just hand bomb them, but it's much clearer. So maybe a little bit extra time. The instructions are very clear. You can read everything. Whereas the old hand bomb ticket was, not always as legible and not as clear on the instructions of what to do. So,
But yeah, 5.5 years.
yeah, I'm for the first time in my life, I'm actually looking at, heading back over somewhere. I lived in Japan for 5 years before.
Wow.
And I'm kind of like sort of setting myself to when I finish this to go back there. And
That must have been like another planet almost.
it was for a little while, and it's weird there because you feel like, oh, you got your feet wet and you kind of think you understand what's going on, and then you peel back another layer and you're like, I'm on Mars, And
Yeah.
So, but it is really a wonderful place to be.
I've heard one of the first
yeah.
things you should do as a tourist is intentionally get
What's
lost.
that?
I've heard one of the first things you should do as a tourist is to almost intentionally get lost.
Yeah, that's
In the sense that people are so cooperative, helpful.
Oh yeah.
You
If
know?
you were in Japan, if you're on a platform or train and you go like this, someone will come over and say, "Hey, are you lost? You need help?" And they're the best of their ability. They really are very nice people in general, and there's just you're from a country with a very rich history, and there's always history and things to see and learn. Here, you tend to rely more on outdoor activities.
I know, I see that.
Yeah, because there's just not as many sort of attractions and historical places. So most Canadians really get into heading up into
It's that cottage life.
cottage life here. Hunting and
Keeps everyone at bay. Give them their job. Give them a little bit of cottage.
Yeah.
Don't ask so many questions.
Yeah. Generally here, it's people, and the city's a lot different. I live out in the burbs, and I've got my wife is from the middle of nowhere, and so I've kind of seen the breadth of how what people are like in this country, depending on where you are. Toronto, it's like New York or.
Yeah, we've just left here. We left Toronto, and then we for 2 years we were up in Woodbridge, which was beautiful. And then just 3 weeks ago, I moved my family up to Nobleton.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's a different world, It's a bungalow, a bit of land either side of the house. Not getting zapped by in a townhouse by like 20 different Wi-Fi frequencies. It's clean, but beautiful back garden for the family, for the kids to run about.
Yeah,
It's
I used
something
to live down
different.
here.
It's different.
And when I came back and I was working, my first place was down here, and I was in my 20s. So, this is where you kind of enjoy when you didn't have kids. And then I had kids, and then I had to get out of here.
Yeah.
And now now my kids are all university age, and one's even past that, and I'm thinking of even getting further out. It's nice if you got a patch and you can kind of.
As long as you can deal with the commute.
Yeah, I don't mind the drive at all. It's and I'm not making any moves until I'm kind of near retirement. I'll probably be commuting a lot because I assume that my next foray will be into something a lot more commuting.
I travel about an hour each way. That's
Yeah,
it. Yeah, but it's not bad.
No, an hour's not bad.
No.
No. As long as your mind can just enjoy the drive, right? Even if, I have no problem sitting in traffic because I'm usually listening to a podcast.
Exactly.
And so for me, it's actually with, I go home to, not chaos, but it's a pretty busy house.
Don't we all?
Yeah. So my drive is downtime. Right?
It's your time.
Yeah. So that's.
And it's Officer Boris Boom, it's what I see is that you're seeing a reflection of people's personalities. They don't have the right outlet, the right channeling, and you're seeing them driving with their personality on show. They're frustrated, they're angry, they're agitated, and this is all you see from a majority of drivers. A Monday morning at 6 a.m. and they're zipping about, trying to cut in, trying to get maybe just a jump of a few cars,
like it makes
and then
no
you
sense.
meet them just in about 200 meters, and it's like, put your window down. No, and it's rather, you've got another 5 days of this. Just calm down.
It's true.
Just calm down.
If we'd all
There's
just
no
sort
need.
of harmonize on the road a little bit, let people in, back off when you need to.
We're all in the same boat.
Yeah.
We are all, every single person driving on it at 6 a.m, 5:30 a.m, in the same boat.
Yeah.
We're all we're mostly slaves to our paycheck. We're trying to get there, get home to our family.
Yeah. No, for me, I drive like an old man. I just cruise
Sit
along.
back and enjoy
I
it.
keep lots of space in front of me so that I have escape routes.
Yeah.
You know, and I think, being a policeman helps that because we get used to driving a certain. People think that we speed and go through lights and stuff for fun. No, we don't, because it's much easier. Like if I got a young guy in the car with me, I generally drive because I prefer the slow drive that I do. And if I say, okay, you're driving today, I'm gonna hold a coffee, and if any of this coffee spills on my hand, we're switching again.
There you go. Now, I was driving yesterday and there was a police officer in front of me, and he didn't come to a controlled stop just back in, I think, at Portland. And then once we got to Bathurst, he accelerated to over 60k. Now, I have it.
Call or
No.
it's hard to say. Yeah.
Well,
We
if
don't
he's on his way,
always-
on his way to a call, he should have his emergency lights on.
Well,
But not coming to a complete stop. Look, unfortunately, it's the way it is. Almost everybody just does a slow controlled.
yeah.
Not everybody comes to a complete stop. I get it, you get it, 99%. But unfortunately, if you see me do it, you're going to stop me and pull me over.
Right. Yeah.
But
Yeah,
it's...
No, that's a fair point. The only thing I'll say with us is there's patrolling where we tend to drive slow and we tend to follow the rules. Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't.
Yeah,
know
it's
what's
almost
going
30 minutes,
on.
officer,
It looks like
I
he's
know.
almost done.
Okay, I have to pick
understand.
my son up at daycare as well.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Okay.
It looks like he's almost done. There's destination driving, and when we're destination driving, we're not going through lights and hitting all the stuff, but we're kind of trying to get there quicker. And that way, you might see the officer, and you think, oh, he shouldn't be driving like that because he doesn't have his equipment on. But he's actually, we don't like to make a lot of noise. If the firefighters, they have a policy where they have it on almost the whole way from A to B, even if it's not. I don't know why they do that.
Yeah.
Whereas us, we'll get to an intersection, you'll hear like a little chirp, 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 and then we go through and we shut it off.
Or maybe he's also just human and he disagrees with
right.
it.
Yeah, he might just not be a great driver or distracted, or we're trying to do 10 things too. Like sometimes we're looking at reading the call on the computer. You're listening to the radio, and
I get it.
So yeah, it's not perfect, but generally speaking, down here the guys it's a high volume place, so the calls they're usually pretty experienced very quickly, and so I'm seeing movement. He's coming your way. What's going on? You got his okay. Something wrong?
Sir, can I ask how long this is going to take? I'm actually heating up. I'm going to turn the window down and turn
your car on.
Thank you.
Yeah, you've been very cooperative. So.